Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Black as Black, a little homespun podcast where I enjoy reconnecting with old classmates, old friends, every once in a while, a politician or two. And today we have Rob Raney. How you doing, Rob?
Hey, I'm doing great, Rich. How's things with you in Florida?
I'm doing good. Just got through a big episode of several appointments with the cardiologist, and I checked out to be 100%.
So, that's fantastic.
Yeah, well, 6 years ago, I had an AFib episode, and I was in a hospital a week. So I'm glad to know that everything's back to normal again and not degrading.
Yeah, well, you got to get checked out. Pretty much every year. At least,
yeah.
Do.
I'm not very up on that every year thing, but I do now. I've got a doctor. She keeps me scheduled in for an annual, and of course gives me the referrals for some of the other stuff. But so anyway, the connections. I like to establish the connections with my guest, and this one is like a lot of the others. Is from Mount Vernon, Illinois, same hometown. Classmate of Mount Vernon High School. We graduated, I think, both of us in 1975.
That's true. Becky did as well. And you know, there's quite a few couples that married out of our class.
That's true. I actually, my first marriage was from a girl that was in high school while I was in high school, but that didn't last too long. And the second one lasted 38 years, and then Peggy passed away, and then I reconnected with. Well, she used to be known around town as Tammy Matroy. Anyway, reconnected with her, and we've been married 6 years now.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that.
Well, thank you.
She's a jeweler.
Yeah, jeweler. Yeah. She picked up the
not jeweler, but jeweler.
A jeweler, yeah. She picked up on that a little while back and started doing that silversmithing and turquoise stuff. And she's got a good Etsy page up now, and she's selling quite a bit of stuff.
Good for her. And it looks like she does really good work.
She's picky, I can tell you that. She'll bring me something in and tell me to look at it and point out a little flaw that I didn't see. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, ain't nobody going to notice that but you.
Yeah.
So, obviously from the same town, we've got a lot of friends in common. And I don't remember, did we have any actual classes together? Or
I was thinking that we did, but I sure as heck don't recall which it was.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Or something, maybe? I don't know.
Most likely probably gym class.
And we were both pretty awesome at that.
Yeah, it was funny. I don't know what the reason was, but I continually skipped my class, gym class.
Well, it was co-ed, wasn't it? It was co-ed because I remember going.
Yeah, we'd all be out on the field together, but of course in the locker rooms it wasn't. But I remember skipping a lot of my classes time slot and would show up with the senior class, and I got credit for it. He said, as long as you're coming to one of them, I'll go ahead and give you credit. But thing was, all the friends I knew when I moved back from Florida back to Mount Vernon, I was just going into 8th grade. My cousin Dan and Daryl already had friends established there. And so those are the people that I first met and were the first friends I had. So
yeah,
I knew them more than I knew the kids in my own class.
I know Dan. I know Daryl. I watched Dan build a extremely elegant home on Lake of Egypt.
On Lake of Egypt?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean as a constructor? I thought you meant for himself. I was like,
no, well, see, I first thought it was for him and Dottie.
Right.
He kept going. I said something to him on Facebook, and he finally just told me, "No, Rob, it's for a client."
Right.
It is absolutely, and it wasn't some kind of new home, and some kind of an award. I mean, it was that, and he even got his hands dirty. He was.
What do you do? Fall down?
No, I don't know if he was trying to encourage his crew to speed it up, or maybe he thought he could help. But no, it was hands on for him down there on that project.
Right.
And it's absolutely beautiful. It's probably Becky's most favorite home on the lake. It's maybe not quite mine, but it doesn't have a pool, but
Right.
it is extremely elegant.
Elegant home, yeah.
Yeah. I know Daryl married a girl that grew up just a few houses down from where I grew up. I guess they're still married. Patty?
Yeah, they're married. He moved off after he retired and sold out to his brother. He moved off to Colorado, and I guess I know they lived in his dad and mom's RV while they were building a house out there.
Yeah.
And once they got that done, but nobody ever hears from him. I sent him a couple of emails, but I didn't get no response. He's like a hermit out there, you know.
Well, hey,
I don't even know if he's got internet. Don't know about him.
Maybe you'll get to see him over the holidays, maybe.
Right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He had the only reason I know he's been back for his mom's funeral and his dad's funeral. Other than that, he just don't come back.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so hey, give us a quick little bio. You got out of high school and
got out of high school, went to Rend Lake College for a couple years to play baseball mainly, hoping to get maybe an invite or something at the next level, but it never happened. Then Becky and I got engaged that in '77, so I figured, well, not going to play baseball all my life, so I better find a job. Which General Tire they had tried to hire me before I graduated, but I graduated one day and started out there the next. Worked out there for 42 years in the quality department.
Right.
I retired in 2019. Becky retired in 2020. So we moved out of Mount Vernon. Becky wanted a new beginning, new house. So we came to Jackson. Our oldest son, he and his family live here. He's the HR manager for Rubbermaid Newell here in Jackson.
Right.
The youngest son's divorced. He gets his girls, every other weekend, but we see them pretty regular. He lives up in Dietrich, Illinois. He's traffic manager for Estes Express, terminal manager for Estes Express. Yeah. Has a really good job, and his bosses think a lot of him.
That's good.
The Estes family. Estes family. Yeah, both of them have great jobs. So
yeah,
security.
Yeah, well, I retired. I don't know when it was. I got out of the steel business. Well, when I closed down Infinite Access there in Mount Vernon, the elevator and stairs and ramps company there, I sold barbecue for a while. I built a food trailer and had it parked up there on North Salem Road, and sold barbecue.
Yeah,
now, do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I moved down to the very end of 12th Street there that used to be an old gas station, and there was some Raneys that run that. I don't know if they were any relation to you or not.
No.
And his wife. Can't remember their names.
No, they probably spelled their name Rainey. Maybe. There were several Raneys with that spelling of their name from in Mount Vernon.
Right. So then after that, I did little things here and there. I moved out to Maryland for a while and went back to work in the steel industry. And then my cousin Dan, he wanted to get together with me and start a business in Mount Vernon. So I moved back to Mount Vernon and we started Innotech. And I spent about 5 years there. And then I was like, man, I want to do something different. I've done this my whole life,
Well, hey, I got to compliment you. You got a lot going on and you do an excellent job with these podcasts. Hey, you're a chef, you're a musician. Is there anything you can't do?
Yeah, I can't spell real good. Yeah, I have to sound them out just like they taught us in school, Tammy will come in here and ask me how to spell something, and I'm significant.
Hey, just Google it. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, Google it. If I'm not sure. You ever looked at a word and wasn't sure if it's spelled right, and you kept looking at it, and the more you looked at it, the wronger it looked. And then you look it up, and it was right.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah. So anyway, so now you said Jackson.
Jackson, Missouri.
In Missouri.
Yes, it's right north of Cape Girardeau.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, they adjoin. They adjoin.
I got you. Hey, first said Jackson. I thought maybe you was that in Jackson?
Well, there's Jackson, Mississippi.
Mississippi,
There's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
Probably Jackson of every state.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you was talking about Jackson, Mississippi.
No, Jackson, Missouri, just across the river.
Yep.
Not too far from Mount Vernon.
You fish much on the river?
Pardon?
You fish much on the river?
Oh, no, not at all. I fish when I hook up to the boat. We go to Lake of Egypt. I got a trailer there in the campground.
Right.
Been there forever.
Yeah, I remember Lake of Egypt whenever Danny and Daryl were just kids, and his mom and them and some of the other family more on their mom's side, but they always every summer was down at Lake of Egypt, you know.
Yeah.
Used to go down when I was there on vacation. We'd go down there and spend a night or two, a weekend or something down there. And
do you remember whereabouts it was? Was it in Pyramid?
I was 10 years old. I don't remember. I just remember they'd all get together, and Daryl was playing drums and Danny was playing guitar, and I think one of his uncles on his mom's side played. There was 4 or 5 of them that'd get together and
cool.
play,
put on a concert.
Stepping Stone and Wipeout.
Camp Brown concert, compliments of the Black family.
Yeah. Atchisons or whatever. I don't know all that side of the family very much. Danny and Daryl Black, but the rest of them weren't Blacks. They were, I think, Smiths and Atchisons.
Huh.
The names that I wouldn't know them all. But anyway, you had requested a couple of tunes, and I want to play the Harry Chapin one first, Cats in the Cradle. Before we play that, though, of course, you remember Taxi. That was a big hit for him.
Yeah.
But what about 30,000 Pounds of Bananas?
I'm not familiar with that.
Well, you'll have to YouTube that up. That's a pretty good one.
30,000.
Yeah, 30,000 Pounds of Bananas. Yeah. Okay, well, let's sit back and listen to Cats in the Cradle, and then we'll talk about it.
You're a cat lover too.
Yeah, well, I never had a cat. I never had a cat. My Peggy, she couldn't stand cats. She got attacked by one when she was a kid, and scared of them.
Yeah.
So I've never really been around other than like the out in the yard farm cat or something like that. But we got 2 of them. Tammy wanted them, and we got one, and then her son took a job over in Austria with Red Bull.
Wow.
And he had just bought a great big Maine Coon. And so we ended up being the foster parents for it. So now we got 2.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
They're dandies. I learned a lot about cats in the last couple of years that I never knew.
All right.
All right, well, let's sit back and listen to Cats in the Cradle.
A child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay, and he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. Said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah, you know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids are the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. We're gonna have a good time there.
There you go, Cats in the Cradle by Mr. Harry Chapin. You know, I got confused with him a lot of times, that song, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, Gordon Lightfoot, and I'd get those two confused, who did what, you know, very similar style.
Yeah, he didn't live to be a very old man. I mean, I think he died when he was like 37 or 38, got rear-ended by a semi-truck.
Yeah. Him and Jimmy Croce, he didn't live to be very old. And
no, but Harry, I mean Harry and he had two brothers. I guess they're still alive, but anyway, they were very good musicians, and his dad was a percussionist, and I think he wrote that song about his dad because his dad was hardly ever around. But my dad was just opposite. My dad was Air Force all the time.
My dad worked all the time like I do. So I told, I don't know if it was Mike or who I told, I said, I probably won't retire until lunchtime the day I die.
Well, it's good that you have your health where you can still work. A lot of guys get our age and they have all kinds of ailments and constantly going back and forth to the doctors.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what I would do, you know, every day if I didn't have a job. I mean, I can't hardly make it through a weekend, you know, trying to find something to do.
I have no trouble with it. Becky and I, neither one. We're both retired. Oh, it's just a whole different life. That's why we worked all of our lives, to be able to enjoy the last part of it. Good Lord willing, we will.
Right.
Yeah, we're snowbirds. We go to Florida for about a month every year. So Becky likes going to the Destin area. So me, I could care less, but somebody's got to drive the car to get out.
Oh yeah. I remember down here where we live in Apollo Beach. When I was a kid, I grew up down here. I think I was like 5 when we moved down to Orlando, and didn't go back till I was in 8th grade. But I can remember coming over here to the Tampa area and Apollo Beach, and it was just a small little town on the bay there, you know, wasn't much of nothing there. Buddy, you wouldn't know it today. There's apartments and houses everywhere, traffic's thick as can be. It's just exploding down here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I got to go ahead.
Through the summer months, I know we had been to Destin through the summer, but my gosh, it's just like you said, it's just so dang busy, crowded. You have to wait an hour to get into a restaurant somewhere.
Right.
But when we go over the winter months, it's just so much nicer.
Right.
You're not in traffic jams. You're not having to wait to eat and
right. We used to
and I don't. As long as she's happy with it, I'll play along.
Right.
I'm a team player.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the teams here behind me on the.
I see that.
Court.
Yeah, I see that on the wall there.
A lot of fond memories.
Yeah, yeah. We used to rent a house. I think it was like in, I don't know, maybe January, February, something like that. But it was in the off season. But on out there by Indian Pass and Cape San Blas, it's just a little ways out of Port St. Joe there, and what they used to call the Forgotten Coast. And we'd go down there, and you could rent a house back then. This is like in the 2000s, but you could rent a house for a week or so for like $700 right on the bay, right on the Gulf. And there wouldn't hardly be anybody else, and maybe a few other people in some rentals, but other than that, it was vacant. You're pretty much by yourself. Well, I got this little segment I called This or That, and I got some off the wall questions lined up, and they're a this or that. So you got to choose one with a brief explanation of why.
Oh my! I'll do the best I can.
All right, well, that's the
I'm
fun
not
part
very
of
good
it.
at taking tests, and
That's the fun part of it. Well, the first one is Asian or Mexican?
I think Mexican. Yeah. Just I love the foods that.
Okay, I was wondering if you was referring to food.
Yeah, I like. I'm not really a hot, spicy kind of guy, but I do like a little spice in my life. I'm not talking about Becky either, but
right,
the food, just the food.
Right. What about this one? Live or lure?
Live. I'm a fisherman. A live bait is probably better than lures.
Lures. That's what I've always found. Anyway, down here, the thing about down here, you go get live bait, you get shrimp. And
yeah.
When you get done, if you got any left over, well, you can eat them too. Well, next one I got on here says gas or electric.
I'm an electric kind of guy.
So you're going for one of them electric cars.
Plug in, gas. You got some type of an engine involved where, if you don't take care of it, it's probably not going to last for very long. It seems like I'm constantly battling, keeping motors running.
I know. I traded out all my, I buy a weed eater, I buy a gas hedge trimmer, a gas powered blower, and they'd last for the summer, and I'd get them out next summer, and I pull on them until I finally throw them in the trash. So I bought all battery operated, and I got such a small yard and stuff down here. Everything's battery, man. I could don't have to get cords out, and that's one of the things I hated. You drag the big 100-foot cord out, and of course, every time I use the electric, hedge trimmers, I'd cut about a foot or two off of it, and have to re-put an end on it.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Well, switching gears. Oh no, I was going to ask you electric. So you're going to buy one of those electric vehicles, huh?
That's yet to be seen. I hope they force that on us, but it does look like it might be the thing of the future.
Well, I guess if the grid could handle it, and it didn't take 2 hours to charge the dang things. I think the way they make that work is instead of having to charge, you whip in, and they kind of like propane tanks. You rip a dead battery out and slap a new one in, and you just exchange them.
Well, just the other day, I went to the lake on Monday, and I gassed up, and there was a guy there in an electric car. He was walking around the business there because he was waiting on his Tesla to recharge.
Right.
I guess so he could go another 100 miles. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sold on them. Not
yet,
anyway.
I'm not either. But hey, we may not have a choice in the matter.
No. That's the sad thing about where we're headed right now. Is that it looks like we ain't going to have a choice in much of nothing.
This is true.
All right. Well, the next one I had on the list is rock or country.
Rock for sure. Hey, we're 70. We grew up in the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, and I didn't realize that. I guess you DJ'd up at JJ's or
yeah. We that all started. You remember?
You were in
what was that?
You were in high school, right?
No, I was out of high school when I did that. That started, if you remember, that they had what they called the Monday night mixer, and they had WMIX down there doing a live remote.
Yeah.
And on the air, and they charged back then, I think it was like $300. And Charlie J, he was complaining about it, and so I said, "Well, Charlie," I said, "I've got a record player, and John's got a record player." I said, "If you want to buy some speakers and an amp and a mixing board," I said, "We'll do it for beer."
There you go.
So he did. He gave us a checkbook. We went over to that little town there. It's north of Fairview Heights. You go the other direction, you go north. I can't remember the name of the town now. Anyway, Swing City was the name of the music place over there, and so we went over there and bought a couple of big Bullfrog speakers and the stands and a board, and then me and John basically just pooled our records and started doing that thing on the. I think we moved it to Wednesday nights or something, but yeah, we had a lot of fun. A lot of stories come out of that place that I won't go into on here.
Yeah, I've heard some of them already, but probably not the ones you're thinking of.
Right.
The horse coming in the bar.
Oh yeah, Hutch. Yeah, he's dandy. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember seeing that head ducking, and he coming through the door, leaning over, ducking in under the door.
Well, my dad was a Stag beer distributor for 25 years in the Mount Vernon area, and I can remember. Well, all of us boys helped him on the truck through the summer, and he'd give us a little cash, so we'd have a little spending money. But anyway, I can remember helping him and delivering some beer in there, but and of course all the other taverns around Mount Vernon.
Right. Well, the last one I got here is top or bottom.
Repeat it.
Top or bottom?
Oh wow, I'd have to go top.
We're talking live bait again, right?
Yeah, right. Look,
yeah.
No,
Lordy.
No, just life. You'd rather be on top than on bottom, with things that go on in your life. And that's kind of what I was referring to.
Yeah. I try to make these questions so they can be taken a million different ways just to see which way it gets.
This is a family show,
Yes,
so.
Yes. Yes, trying to keep it PG rated.
Yeah.
Let's see. Your other song choice, I think, was Leonard Skinner, wasn't it? Free Bird?
Yes, sir.
Free Bird. I hadn't written it down on here. I about forgot what it was. The problem I have doing these podcasts is I like to have the music and a video, but the problem is I get caught with the copyright thing, and they won't let me. They'll tell me I can't play the video. So I have to go find something that is like, it's the right music, it's the real music, but maybe it's just a picture of the album cover. So it's kind of boring, but I did find both. I don't know that I got videos, but I think they both actually have action in them, not just a picture. Don't remember. I did this a long time ago when you signed on to do this thing. So I haven't back and looked at them, but I will be tonight. Anyway, so let's listen to Free Bird, Leonard Skinner.
'cause I'm as free as a bird now. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, and the bird you cannot change. And this bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't bye bye, baby, it's the sweet love, yeah. Oh, this feeling I can't change. But please don't take it so badly, 'cause the Lord knows I'm to blame. If I stay here with you, girl, things just couldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, and the bird you cannot change. And this bird you cannot change. The Lord knows I can't
Man, oh man, I forgot how long that song was. That's a long one, boy.
I think I might have fallen asleep there.
Yeah, right. And especially in the beginning, the slow part, and then it kind of amps up a little bit as you go. I remember a quick story on Double J. I remember a bunch of us used to hang out there. John and Nona and Gary and Becky Huntman and Nancy Herzing, and I don't know if she was married yet to what's his name? I forgot his name. Wilson, Monty Wilson.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were all there one night, and there was a band playing, some band. I don't remember who it was either, but they started playing Freebird, and Nancy said, "Hey, you want to dance?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I dance with you." It's slow, So I got up and we started dancing, and and I started thinking, I'm like, "Oh man, this is a long song, and it gets real fast." And man, the time I come off of that dance floor, I was sweating and out of breath. I said, I don't know not to ever say yes on that one again.
Oh, sorry. That's my mistake for picking that song.
No, it's no big deal. The thing about it is, if anybody that's watching don't want to watch the whole song, I can just hit fast forward and skip right through it.
There you go.
So, but anyway, yeah, the Leonard Skinner, they had, I guess they're still doing what they can, but they had quite a few hits back in their day.
Yeah, well, from my understanding is everybody on that photo, the cover, are gone.
I think there's only, I think, one left of the original band that's still doing a Leonard Skinner show, but that's the last I heard anyway. I think there was only one of them. And
but the guitar towards the end of the song is just awesome.
Right. Yeah. I always liked their music. When they get Give Me Two Steps, and what else they do? It's hard to think. I need to do a little more research and write this stuff down, because my mind's about it. My wife says when I can't think of something or remember something, she tells me it's the gray hair growing into my brain. I said, that makes me harebrained then, don't it?
Uh-oh. Easy now.
So, to wrap things up, do you get over to Mount Vernon very often?
Yeah, pretty regular. I've still got a brother and sister that live there, and we go back occasionally.
Right.
But they're the only family other than my nephews. And you probably know my niece, Jennifer Eccles.
Yeah. Her friends, Robbie, right?
Yeah. My niece.
Yeah.
I got a quick story for you. Just some of these group pictures back here when I played sports, but Franklin Grade School, Mike Beavis, I know you are good friends with him, but he was I was in the 4th grade, he was in the 6th grade. And Coach Walt, I made the team, basketball team, my 4th grade year. But anyway, I didn't start, but Coach Wallace would put me in, and my job was to steal the ball and pass it to Beavis. So Beavis is the all-time leading scorer there, but had I got to shoot the ball my 4th grade year, I could have been.
Right.
So I kid him about that all the time.
Yeah. I said, Mike, I hadn't seen him in a while, but we both worked out at Lips out there. When he was, of course, just dating Kyle at the time. But him and I had some stories. I could go into a lot of stories that happened during that little tenure.
He's quite a guy.
Yeah. Doing all right.
I admire him to this day. And then, go ahead.
Well, I've got about 4 minutes.
I was going to tell you another story. Coach Wallace, I was the only player that he recruited in diapers. Of course, I was in the 3rd grade, so,
He didn't change them for you or nothing, did he?
No, I love that man to death. And his son Steve was telling me some of the Franklin school, because he had access to all the score books, and he said I was in the top 5, and he said, well, Mike Beavis was all-time leading scorer there at Franklin Grade School.
Right.
So. And we won.
Him and Kyle's been together since just out of high school. I think they got a pretty long stretch here with them.
Right.
All right. Well, it's been fun. I keep all you guys' info because at some point I'll probably come back around and do a redux because when I listen to these things, I think of other questions, other things I'd like to talk about. So I'm trying to keep notes, and then later on I go back and we'll look up again and do another one. I appreciate your time, Rob.
Oh, I enjoyed every minute, Rich. I've got some names of other classmates that I'll shoot your way, and maybe you.
Yeah. If they're interested, I kind of got a list going too. But some of the people I wanted to do just flat out refused to do it. Charlie Bob being one.
Oh my gosh!
No, I ain't done it. He goes, "I love you, man, but that's not my thing." And I tried to get Roger Greenwald on, and he's like, "Nope." He said, "Every time I've done an interview, he goes, I end up looking stupid." I said, "Man, it's just a conversation."
Right.
It's not like I'm, on here to grill you about something or anything. It's just to have fun and have a conversation. All right, my clock's winding down. I'll get out of here, and I'll get this thing edited, cleaned up, and try to get it up tonight on Facebook and YouTube.
All right, man.
All right. Thanks. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rich.
Bye.